Hello everyone. Okay, so I'm going to attempt to have a review of Battlestar Galactica, Season 4, Episode 18, Islanded on a Stream of Stars. Um, I I mean, Daybreak Part 1 just aired last night, so it's, I have that, seeing that episode is, also in my mind, and actually that episode's kind of more in my mind than the one that I'm reviewing right now is, so I'd give it a B minus. This one, Islanded on a Stream of Stars, just because I thought that the week before that was sort of more. I thought the week before was incredible, and I loved it so much. I thought it was a really beautiful, beautiful episode that didn't even feel like I was watching a television show, but it was very much more setup, and I thought that the Islanded on a Stream of Stars episode would be more payoff, like the payoff to the setup of the previous episode, but it was just more setup, and it didn't feel like it had much of a focus. So, and considering that we're in the last chunk, I mean, really the last episodes, I feel that you know, the, you know, fourth to last hour of the show should have a focus to it, and it didn't, I felt, so that upset me. For some reason, I just had this feeling that the Starbucks stuff was going to be explained, that the Opera House visions were going to be explained. None of it was. There were moments and aspects of the episode that I really loved, but again, it had no clear focus or structure really to it. I thought Edward James Olmos did a really great job of directing. He has his little touches that are really like trying to be an artsy director sort of thing, but I thought that they worked, and stuff like that. So, I had predicted that Rosalind's death would be exactly as we had seen it, as it was foreseen at the end of season 4.0, with Alasha and her visions. What I had written here was the setting has now been set, and the scene just has to be shown at this point because she's basically on her deathbed. But actually, after last night's Daybreak Part 1, that theory has gone out the window, so I don't really know if that's going to be the same thing. But I had always thought that her death would be the same scene that we saw with them, that Alasha had foreseen. So, in this episode, we learn that Anders is basically now a hybrid, and that he is like hooked up to Galactica and is taking up some of its was taking up some of its remaining energy. I'm gonna tell you right now, somewhere along the way I lost what the fuck was going on in this show. I'm someone that doesn't just watch casually. I always try to pay attention to what's going on, especially in shows that have more complicated themes and mythology to them. But I gotta tell you, I am completely lost on the history and the mythology of this show. So I'm not really going to try to attempt any explanation here or any understanding of it, because I'm just going to sound like a total moron, and I'm just going to try to steer clear of those aspects of it for now and just concentrate more on characters. So yeah, this came out of nowhere, the whole Anders as hybrid thing. It's a little weird. I'm not sure how I feel about it. It's sort of disturbing to see. I definitely agree with that. I thought it was interesting that he had also said that Kara was going to be the harbinger of doom again, because I kind of thought we were done with that. I don't really know why. I'm just not sure. So I'm guessing this hasn't happened yet? I have no idea. Hilo and Athena, not doing well at all, unsurprisingly, considering that Hilo did Boomer. Didn't know it was not his wife, because he's an idiot. I think Tomo Pennicott, which is, I'm pretty sure I pronounced his name, did the best acting that he's done on this series in this episode when he asks Adama to get clearance to take a raptor out and look for Hera himself. I thought he did a fantastic job in that scene. I was the most impressed by his acting that I have been since it began, so that was really great. So, Adama has given up on Galactica. I guess this is a huge development, but like we all know they couldn't stay on it forever based on the past couple episodes and the ship starting to break down and everything. I liked his paintbrush breakdown scene. It was pretty awesome. A lot of people thought it was forced. I don't know. I liked it. I thought it was realistic and sort of a inappropriate sort of breakdown to have that leads to the realization that you just can't save the ship anymore. So a question I have, I don't know if it's been answered, but is I don't know if Caprica 6 is with Ty anymore, and I was kind of wondering about that, if like the death of their baby sort of just like kind of broke them up as a couple. I think that they made it pretty clear in this episode that Boomer's going to eventually rebel against Cavil and try to rescue Hera herself, or get her out of there, maybe sacrifice herself at some point. I'm not really sure, but I think that it was pretty clear what they were doing with that.